You're probably wondering most about recess. Scholars had 1 hour off from 12 o'clock to 1 p.m. to eat and play. This hour was called nooning. Students would bring their dinner pails outside and play for most of the hour anywhere they wished, as long as they could hear the school bell at 1 o'clock calling them back to their classes. Scholars brought their dinners from home in something called a berry pail or a basket. Their mothers may have packed things like hard-boiled eggs or apples or pears or maybe some buttered bread with meat, possibly some cornbread or cheese or sausages. In the winter, they might even bring raw potatoes to school that the teacher would put in a big iron pot on the stove. Students carved their initials into the potato so they knew it was theirs. By lunchtime, those potatoes would be hot and baked. The students' main drink would be water from a bucket that the bigger boys filled from the well many times each day. Children thought nothing of drinking from the same dipper. A second bucket of water might be kept in the room for washing hands, and once again, they often used the same bucket. Later, when they knew more about germs, schools would purchase water coolers and had the children bring their own tin cups to school. That was a much better system than the old bucket and dipper. If you had to go to the bathroom, the schoolhouse usually had one, or if they were lucky, two little outhouses in the back of the school, separate for boys and girls. These were little wooden buildings with wooden seats that had a hole in them. You would sit over the hole and you would do your business, and it would simply fall down into a deep pit that had been dug underneath that shed. These little buildings were also known as privies, which was short for the word private. Sometimes the privy was called the necessary. I think you know why it's called the necessary. When you finished your dinners, nooning fun began. Scholars brought their own toys from home, simple leather balls maybe, homemade cloth dolls, wooden ring toss games, horseshoes, jacks, marbles, or maybe even Jacob's ladders. They could go swimming in the brook, or they could go fishing, and in the winter they might even have snowball fights. They could play tag, snap the whip, hide and seek, drop the handkerchief, and many of the games that you still play today. They never wasted a minute of their nooning time. 1 o'clock, teacher rang the bell, children would file back into the classroom, and work would begin again.